Okay, so here's the deal. First of all, what's up, everybody? I'm J-Boy the Kid, and as of right now, what you see in the background is Diablo 4. I've been told to do a review, check the game out. I know nothing of Diablo. I've never played the first one, the second one, or third one. Yeah, I can't really say much of something I do not know of, but here it is. And I guess we can just go through it, watch, and, you know, see what they have to offer, see what they have to say. Because I know nothing of it, so let's get to it. Damn, that shit is crispy.
Welcome to Diablo IV Unveiled.
Hello, BlizzCon. My name is Luis Barriga, Game Director for Diablo IV.
My name's Tiffany Watt, Senior Producer on Diablo IV.
And my name is John Mueller, Art Director on Diablo IV.
I was like, he does all of it. These are the people.
Wow. What's up? We're here.
We can finally say it.
I know, right?
We
got
can
the
finally
gear.
talk about Diablo IV.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Can we just take a minute to just recognize how stacked this BlizzCon is?
It's incredible.
Overwatch 2, Shadowlands, Battlegrounds, Diablo 4. I'm kind of jealous of you guys, for sure.
Yeah, it's, I mean, just amazing to be here with all of you to share this. I mean, I think, you know, for us on the dev team, we've been working on this for a while. And so to finally be able to be here with all of you is really super meaningful for us.
BlizzardCon?
All right.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
A lot of stuff has gone down since Diablo 3.
That's right.
And so before we get into it, we have a ton of stuff, but you're going to set the stage for us a little bit.
That's right. Let's set the stage a little bit. All right, Diablo 4 takes place decades after the events of Reaper of Souls. Though Malthael's plans were foiled, the Angel of Death exacted a terrible toll on humanity, and Sanctuary suffered great devastation. Entire populations decimated, cities ravaged. Heaven itself suffered great losses, causing them to shutter their gates. You can
close the gates. That's terrible.
And you can imagine what that does to people.
So this is like a breakdown.
Religious schisms.
Or like
famine,
a catch-up.
Basically humanity left to our own devices. And we know how well we do on our own.
Not so good.
You got that right.
It's against this backdrop of despair that Lilith returns. And that's when those events in that cinematic you guys witnessed happen. This is important because in the mythos of Sanctuary, Lilith is the mother of humanity. Lilith represents that demonic half that we all have inside our hearts. In that mythos, she and the angel Inarius, along with other rebel angels and rebel demons, tired of this endless great conflict, created a world that would be free of conflict called Sanctuary. And along with that, they created the first mortals. That's a legend, that's what we've heard. The scary part about that is she knows our hearts. She knows what motivates us and can manipulate us.
The lady with the horns is like Maleficent.
She's Mephisto's daughter. That's right.
The guy in the background.
So she represents a link to an even greater threat, greater evils. So even though she was summoned for reasons we were not ready to divulge quite yet, we know it can't be good. And with heaven having closed their gates, there's no one to answer our prayers. Even the Horadrim are but mad old men talking to themselves, talking to graves, clutching their bottles as hard as they once clutched their swords.
Yeah, we can kind of identify with that, I think.
Amen. All right, that's the stage upon which Diablo 4 is set. But let's talk a little bit more about Diablo 4. Help us out, Tiffany.
All right, guys, we're going to go on a journey together. But before that, let's take a look at what Diablo 4 is.
Here we go. This is what I'm in for.
Diablo 4 is a classic isometric action RPG.
Surprise! That classic camera.
What the
They
heck?
wouldn't let it go. No way.
It's going to feature a dark, non-linear campaign.
So Diablo
We're not
is it
gonna
like a
spoil any of
MMO?
the details about that campaign today, but you'll get to meet some of the folks in charge of it, including our new
Looks like an
creative director,
MMO.
Sebastian Stempian.
It'll be a shared open world with 5 distinct contiguous regions.
You'll be able to go from the tip of Scotland all the way down to Kazakhstan.
Complete with weather and day-night cycles.
There are hundreds of dungeons to explore and hundreds of legendaries to find and equip.
I guess that's a good thing.
Did you
Keeps
see
you
the
busy.
legendaries in the dark gallery?
You should check them out.
Oh my.
All right, there's 5 powerful classes. 3 that we announced today and are playable in the demo: the Sorceress, the Barbarian, and the Druid.
The Druid, yeah.
Yeah, the Druid.
And it's being
I don't know what any of this stuff is.
simultaneously for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
All right, so like Tiffany said, we're starting a journey together. You may recall in the opening ceremonies, Luis said that Diablo 4 is about world, legacy, and darkness. Who wants to talk about darkness? All right.
Yes,
At
darkness.
the highest level,
Yes.
what this means is that when you play Diablo 4, everything you will see and experience will feel immersive and faithful to the legacy of what we all love about Diablo. How's that sound? All right. I wanted to give you an idea what we mean when we say that. You might wonder, is it mature themes? Is it blood? Is it gore? There's a little bit of gore in that trailer, right? Just a little bit. And, is it the music, right? It's all of these things. And what we like to say is it's the totality of that tone that creates that experience that we all know and love. And I think, the Butcher's Pit in Diablo 1, you go down, you open that door, everything seems fine. And then it goes horribly wrong, right? Bodies eviscerated. This crazy guy coming out with a butcher's knife. And in our trailer today, you saw that as well. It's like everything was fine until they opened that door. No, doors are bad.
Hallways are
This
bad.
is what we're really excited about. It's that contrast. It's not monotonous, right? We want to create that sense of space and that world that we're really excited to explore. All right, so here's how this idea affects our heroes. We've taken a more grounded approach to presenting the world of Sanctuary. You can really see it in this piece. It's everything from the palette to the design of the armor, to the design of the weapons, to how we treat magic. In the classes, you see the Druid, the Barbarian, and the Sorceress engaged in combat with monsters from different realms around Sanctuary. And this piece really evokes the kind of tone and that feeling that we're after. And it really affects all things in the world. All right, so how would this tone affect the world of Sanctuary? We have this vast open world, and we want to immerse you into that medieval,
That looks creepy looking.
demonic version of Sanctuary like never before.
Is that a witch?
The moments of contrast that you will experience in today's demo are areas like Donheim Caves, the Drowned Caverns, and the Hangman's Tree to the south, which is one of my personal favorites. And then Keeler Farm, which kind of evokes these Diablo 1 vibes. Like the artist who built that, he was so excited about to put that into the demo.
Great inspiration.
Yeah. These are all areas that remind us that we're in the world of Diablo and what we mean when we talk about Return to Darkness.
But it's not just present in the art, this darkness. It is in the world, our gameplay, and the stories we tell.
Oh, that's from the
So what we
trailer.
mean by that is our world is medieval RPG, but rather than being inspired by high fantasy,
Creepy.
we're inspired by the occult, the demonic, and biblical themes. What we mean by gameplay is that even
You
making
can
a very
see right
dark,
through it. See her heart beating.
world,
That's
if we
crazy.
create, the sort of overpowered characters with really over the top effects, we know we're going to undermine that sense of darkness. So we want to make sure we keep that in check. And then with stories,
And you can see her bones. You
we
can see her
talk about how
throat.
victories aren't
Oh, her
clean or
trachea.
guaranteed. This means that sometimes evil wins. After all, this is the IP where you get sent to save the child Albrecht in the first Diablo. And guess what? There's no saving him. This is the franchise where even after you kill the Lord of Terror himself, it's not good enough, and you need to risk your own mortal soul to try to contain him and just fend evil off for one more day. The entirety of Diablo 2 was predicated upon being $1 a day late and $1 short. And we basically want to encapsulate that feeling, put it in a bottle, and just create a whole world with that sense. So yeah, it's in the art, it's in the gameplay, it's in the world, and in the stories we tell.
Alright, but it's not just the darkness of the previous Diablo games that's influenced us. Every Diablo game has added great new gameplay features to the series, and we're using all of these as inspiration for Diablo 4. We're taking some of our and your favorite. Let's go back a slide real quick. Go back to that campfire. There we go.
Yeah, we're not done with that slide yet.
Yeah, I still want to talk about that campfire. Back one more.
One more, please.
And there we go.
That person's messing up.
Alright, we're taking some of our and your favorite features from past Diablo games and bringing them into Diablo 4. We've updated their design, their look, their feel, using our brand new engine and all the lessons
I'm sorry
over the years.
for those who are watching in advance. I know nothing of this, so don't mind me if I'm quiet.
Classic campfire from Diablo 2, and this is one of my favorite parts of the demo and the game. So John, what was your team's inspiration?
Yeah, don't mind me if I'm quiet. I'm just trying to watch, understand, and look. This is just a unveiling as far as
we had a few ideas, but the campfire was
what they're
really
talking about as far as Diablo 4, so I too can understand it.
It was really awesome to see the classes, with the high fidelity that we've added into our characters with Diablo 4. Yeah, it was just so much fun.
Yeah, I go ahead, Luis.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I love that we left a little room in there, and I also love how we don't put any text there telling you, oh, you know, the Barbarian is this and that. It's like, yep, the Barbarian is the guy that broods in the corner with a bunch of swords. The Druid's the guy that, like, has, you know, some good boys hanging by him, and the Sorceress conjures the campfire. It's so great.
Yeah, we wanted those classes to just be clear without any text, and just like, it should just speak to, I mean, I think we all know who these classes are at this point, so, yeah.
I know.
Let's take a closer look at these classes, starting with the Barbarian. Alright, the Barbarian, you saw the slide a second ago. There's a reason we keep bringing this class back. So Barbarians are the embodiment of visceral, brutal combat that's just so core to Diablo. So in reimagining this class for Diablo 4, we drew upon classical Barbarian imagery as well as art from our own past. So one common theme that kept cropping up was the physicality of these warriors and how armed to the teeth they are with weaponry. Every time you take a look at a picture of a Barbarian, they've got axes, swords, polearms, as many weapons as they can carry. And we really love this fantasy for this class, and with that in mind, we've added the arsenal system. So in the Barbarian, Diablo 4 will have 4 weapon slots and be able to use both one-handed and two-handed weapons in the same build. And I'm so excited about this level of customization and being able to equip 4 legendary items at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty much every Barbarian's fantasy to finally see that arsenal.
So he's stacked.
You're used to seeing on, like, those classic Barbarian paintings come to life.
So you'll actually be able to assign items to each skill slot to add yet another layer of customization, and depending on what skill you use, the Barbarian will automatically pull out the weapon that he or she needs, so combat will continue to be seamless on the battlefield.
Oh, so it could be both male and female. I guess that's cool.
Physical, fast-paced attacks of the Barbarian, but they'll also continue to pull the ancient magic of their ancestors to give them all that strength and combat on the battlefield. So let's take a look at the Barbarian in action and some art.
I love this piece. One of my favorites.
Some of the legendary sets we've gotten to works.
Oh, that's cool. The one with the skull. Looks all dead looking.
This guy's ready for action.
He has a lot of armor on.
Alright, wait for it. You know what he's gonna do.
Yeah!
Dang!
As a Barbarian player, I love that the team's taking some of the things that were formerly elemental magic.
So it's a hack and slash, basically. Oh, that reminds me of like that guy of what was it, Black Ops 3 with the postings, and he's like, boom, and he just keeps going, and everybody just dies around him. Yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, some hack and slash. I like hack and slash stuff.
Who all got to play a Druid in Diablo 2?
All that stuff down there, I do not own the rights for it. This is just a video. I'm just watching, so just in case this gets copyrighted or anything in that sort,
I think you guys are gonna
I got nothing going on with them, in which, like, in case you are watching, I would like to get sponsored at one point, right? Everybody does.
We got something to share with you.
That's the
Druid was
goal.
not part of our original lineup for Diablo 4. I know, my bad. That lasted about a day.
Damn.
Basically, one of our artists did this amazing piece of art, and then we went from like, I don't know, Druid, maybe we're making a Druid, 100% starting tomorrow, right now.
The power of art.
It's so great. It is a theme that the art inspires the design in this game. You see it with the Arsenal system, you see it with the Druid. So one of the things that we said is like, hey, we love the idea of the Druid. How do we move it forward? One of the things that we did is we took some of that fire magic that didn't.
That looks fucking. That looks cool.
Someone in tune with nature, and we replaced it with storm magic and earth magic, and we feel pretty great about that. And we have it in the demo if you guys want to check it out. We kept his nature companions, like the wolves,
That's
the ravens,
cool.
the vines, all of that.
Like dark witchcraft type deal.
That we feel is the kind of the special sauce is he's always been able to be this master shapeshifter. He can turn into a werebear, he can turn into a werewolf, and you know it was pretty cool. You'd be a bear and spam shockwave. That was pretty awesome. But we decided to move that forward with Diablo 4, and now we have something we call seamless shapeshifting. What that means, if you truly want to embrace the hybrid nature of the class, you can start an attack in one form, and you'll begin animating as smooth and fluid as the Diablo 3 combat you've enjoyed so far. We're leveling that up. So mid-swing, you will transform into the correct form. So you'll press that button for a werewolf attack, you'll start animating caster form, finish it in werewolf form. If you're surrounded by enemies, you can conjure up a boulder, push those enemies away, and then turn back into a werebear and charge into them. It's really, really cool. I really hope you guys have the time to play the demo, check out the Druid. But enough of me talking, let's see that stuff in action.
Damn.
That guy is not having a good day.
He looked pretty cool though.
I love these sets.
That stuff looks crazy looking.
Yeah, this was one of our first pieces we did for him. We were trying to figure out what was going to be so cool about him.
Crazy mountain man.
All right, look at those good boys.
Look at them wolves. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a pack of wolves. That'd probably be the guy that I would use.
Send your pets in, summon up some storm magic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bear! Bear! Bear wolf.
Don't worry, if you've got a preferred form, you can just assign
Throwing
all your
boulders?
buttons to
Magic
that
too?
form, and
Yo, he got
yeah,
all the
you're
gimmicks.
got
Some
the
tornadoes?
And of course,
What?
Avalanche
Lightning?
just wrecks the battlefield.
He did just say that.
master of nature magic right there.
That's crazy. It's like everything you need in one. Like, why would you not want that?
Yeah. Made a good choice.
He's all like, oh, she's in the game. Wow.
The Sorceress. The Sorcerer is back.
Right? Because
How exciting is that?
Heck yes.
Yeah. She is elemental carnage on the battlefield, whether it's chilling enemies and smashing with a fireball, or transforming into a chaotic ball of lightning and just completely destroying the battlefield, teleporting around and just wreaking havoc. She is an unstoppable wrecking machine, wading through the hordes of monsters with the power of elemental magic. In a dark, oppressive world of Sanctuary, the Sorcerer lights up our dungeons. Like when we say we're returning to darkness, our dungeons are really dark. And the Sorceress lights
looks
up
dark.
in an amazing, fantastic way with our new engine and our new tech. And we're going to take a look right now.
That guy's about to eat a fireball to the head.
He's definitely questioning his life choices.
Pentagrams, of course.
Yeah, that classic EP Sorcerer.
oh, what the heck?
I love that in addition to bringing the light show.
Oh, the lightning was just following.
You feel
That's
like
cool.
a dungeon boss when you play a Sorceress. She has basically control over the battlefield with abilities like Blizzard, like Firewall, that basically make you feel like you are doing area of denial attacks on enemies. Really cool.
What the? She turned into a thunderbolt? That's badass.
Super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so how you look in a game like Diablo as you're laying waste to the hordes of hell is pretty important, don't you think?
I ain't gonna show brother
You
man.
guys want
What he
more
do?
customization than you've had in the past? Of course. And we agree. And we're offering levels of customization in Diablo 4 more than we've ever had before, and allow you to make that Barbarian of your dreams, that Druid of your dreams.
Oh, this was last year.
This is just a few.
I'm late. I'm always late. I don't care.
Here today in our demo to kind of show you what appearances look like. And then these are some concepts of also where we're going with this. We really want to give you like kind of like a template, and you can build on that fantasy however you want. So if you want to customize the hair, the skin, the jewelry, the scars, the tattoos, those kinds of things.
The guy in the top right, the black dude, he looked like Leroy from Tekken 7, but like Diablo version.
All right, but it's not just the appearance. Customization is at the core of Diablo, and what I mean with that is gameplay customization.
He's like whooping everybody's ass. No weapons.
With the vengeance. We're bringing back some ideas and new ideas that we've become inspired from previous games.
Damage wins. Chilled in.
So we have super happy. We're a little nervous. We're like, they're gonna like it. Yeah. So we have a trifecta of customization options with talent trees, with skill ranks, and with rune words.
I know none of that stuff.
Rune
what that
words
means.
Especially, we've taken inspiration from Diablo 2 and given it a fresh new interpretation. You'll get to hear all about it in our systems and feature panel tomorrow, or if you check it out on the demo. But the way that it works, it's super exciting. That's no longer like a secret recipe, but a little bit more freeform with triggers and effects. We're very excited to see the combinations that you come up with. But the message that we want to bring to you today is we want you to play the build that's inside your head. Not the build that I designed for you, but the build that you want to play. Because we realize that, you know, your idea of a Frost Sorceress might be different than mine or Dawn's.
So you basically could create your own
another thing that's new to Diablo
type
4
of
is the sense of
character based off what you
It's a big
feel.
difference
That's pretty
in how
cool.
we've approached it from different installments. And we're coming
Based
at it
off
from
the
two
class,
angles.
create it how
The
you would
fantasy
want. That's
and the
pretty cool.
gameplay. On the fantasy
Variety is
side,
always a good thing.
We knew we had kind of planted these seeds of, hey, the Druid, we told you that he came from Skosglen, and we had shown little corners of Sanctuary that we knew you guys wanted to explore. But then on the gameplay side, we kept making a more or less linear game with Diablo before.
Sea
Act
of
1,
Light,
Act 2, Act 3.
the Great
And you guys
Ocean,
kept wanting to
Twin
approach it in a more
Seas,
open way. Jumping
dry
around, killing stuff, and not following the rules.
Steeps, dry
So,
steeps.
with Reaper of Souls, we created adventure mode to kind of give you guys a taste of that openness, and it was really transformative. That was a moment where we learned a lot about how the game could be played, and where we saw how you guys were approaching Diablo. So based on those learnings, we are making Diablo 4 open from the ground up. We're making an open world with a non-linear campaign so that you can be in charge of how you decide to level. If you're the type of player that wants to take breaks between the story and do some of the repeatable content, explore a little bit, do side content, stuff like that, great. If you're the type of player that wants to experience the story uninterrupted, you can still do that. So not only can you customize who your character is, you can customize their experience in Sanctuary.
That's cool. Like, don't make it a...
Overall, this is something we're so excited about. I think when the concept team got a hold of this...
That looks like a lot. Don't make it like a game where it's full of, like, side quest after side quest. Because that gets tiring after a while.
Diablo levels have always felt a little bit like, corridors, or, I kind of skirt around the edges and work my way in towards the middle. But there was always that border that was a little frustrating. And I think, like, for this game,
I like the art style, too. It's pretty nice.
The concept team, when we were kind of imagining what this space would look like, we had to imagine what that would be. And so, what if the region itself was 10 or 20 times larger than any previous Diablo region? So big that mounts might actually be required to cross these distances. There's going to be 5 connected regions to explore with distinct geological and unique biomes. We will have the icy mountains of Fractured Peaks. We're really excited about this one. It's beautiful.
John Mueller.
We'll have the dark forest of Skosglen.
Mr. Mueller.
And we're going to have the desolate grasslands.
Has the art
dry steppes.
down packed.
Sprawling deserts of Kyrgyzstan. Of course, we're going to go back to Kyrgyzstan. We're really excited about this. And then the foul swamps of Hawazar to explore.
Why can't they just be regular swamps?
Because they need to be foul. This is super important. Foul.
You just can't go to a regular swamp.
Sounds pretty dark, right?
It's a swamp. Ain't nothing good gonna come from it.
So the world is
Go run into
also
the Swamp
how you engage
Man.
with other players in
DC
Diablo 4.
Universe.
So we'll have social hubs in major towns. This is one from our demo. This is Korbach. And in these towns, not only is this where you pick up quests and talk to NPCs, you can also trade, ask someone about their gear, maybe investigate their build, take a look at how they customize their character or what awesome armor they're wearing.
Senior
You might
game
be able to look for a
producer,
group.
Miss
You might
Watt.
be wondering, why
Tiffany.
do I want to look for a group? Well, as you're exploring the open world, you'll come across world events. And our Druid here is going to come up on one in a second. And you may not want to fight these events alone because they're a little bit tougher experiences, which I think is pretty exciting. Alright, I'm going to wait for this one to pop up. Alright, here we go. So this was in the game trailer. This is Ashava. This is in our demo. I'm curious how many people Ashava is going to murder this weekend.
Is this like an online play? You can play with different people?
I'm guessing thousands, maybe. Everybody.
Everybody
I like that.
Everybody
Yeah,
here, yes.
Probably everyone that plays a demo is going to die to this. So, you know, you can group up with other people. You'll be running around the world. You'll come across other players. And they'll be able to help you defeat this demon and get some awesome loot. That's why we fight demons, right?
Is this going to be
So I know what
cross-platform?
you're thinking, what if I don't really want to play with other people? Well, there will be areas of Sanctuary where players can opt into PvP, so you can just murder them instead. You'll be able to complete the entirety of Diablo 4 without ever necessarily engaging in these social activities. You can continue to crawl dungeons on your own or form private parties of your own. But I'm really excited about what grouping and trading is going to do to the longevity of this game. And, you know, the most important thing for me for playing games these days is player stories. And I have, you know, so many of my own. And I'm curious, do you have any?
I mean, yeah, I love PvP, not because I'm a great PvPer. I'm like kind of middling, but it's the sort of thing where I don't remember a lot about other games, but I remember how I lost my hardcore characters in Diablo 2. And I lost my Sorceress, basically. Someone befriended me. We did bail runs for a couple hours. I'm like, this person's pretty chill. My bags were full after killing Bale, so I went to town, took the town portal back to get the rest of my loot, and I don't know how this person must have been telepathic or something, but they went hostile right as I was loading. I loaded up to like 1,000,000 firewalls, died in like a second. Your deeds will be remembered, and that person really enriched my online experience, I must say.
Luis, I didn't realize we'd met before.
I'm not even mad. Maybe in Diablo 4 I'll finally get revenge. So.
All right. Well,
Out for
John
vengeance,
talked
man.
about this
It's mess.
expansive open world, and there will still be waypoints.
I already got
to
some
travel
revenge,
around
too.
so
You gonna
can
kill me and
explore
take my
the
stuff?
fantasy of Sanctuary. With so much world to explore, we saw the opportunity to add a new feature.
I have to
and
get
is
that
mounts.
ass. Get my shit back. What a horse with a
So we took
devil's
a very
head?
Diablo approach to this feature, both thematically from a gameplay perspective. So taking a look at this concept art right here, you'll be able to swap out the armor pieces, change the saddle, change what's another armor?
Horseshoes.
Horse armor, and maybe swap out that fallen head for a different trophy. And not only does this add, you know,
Like a hell horse in the back?
but also
That's cool
changes the
looking.
gameplay. So if you're in PvP and you're running away from a sorceress that's turned hostile on you, you may want to equip some items that decrease the
PvP,
damage
player
that you take
versus
on a
player.
mount.
Yeah,
Maybe
makes
make your
sense.
mount go a little bit faster so you can outrun that firewall or outrun that blizzard, and keep your ears for another day. So it's really important that mounts feel.
So you can play this game and just
You'll hear us say time and time again,
start
for this to feel like a
taking people out?
dark, world.
Survival to the
You want people to
finish?
feel at home in Sanctuary.
Look, homie,
So, John,
I like a
saw
challenge.
that on your desk, you had this picture of a rainbow unicorn.
That is not true. It was on fire.
Oh.
If it was on my desk, it was.
All right, that's
fire.
why there's a fire horse.
Or
behind me.
dead,
All
or
right.
flayed.
Yeah,
or-
see, I pointed that out too. That
Demon
fire
horses,
horse looking thing
blade
looks cool.
horses. This horse doesn't even have a face anymore. That feels pretty at home in the world of Sanctuary. And so these are the kinds of mounts that you can expect to ride around. Because Diablo is an action RPG, we want to get you back into the action as quickly as possible,
That
and
guy.
we want to do it with some flair. So we've added dismount abilities.
What are you
Each
talking about?
class will have class-specific abilities that fit their fantasy perfectly. To you're a sorceress and you just want to get off your horse like normal, you can still do that. Or you can turn into an ice storm and freeze everything in your path. So let's take a look at the Barbarian and the Sorceress and some of their dismount abilities in action.
Oh, yeah? Let's do this. Oh, yeah? Oh, look, they riding around and getting it.
What do you think? Are they chasing each other or are they friends?
I think they're about to kill each other.
Probably.
So that's how you get around quicker. In my head, I was thinking, damn, you gotta run around by yourself this whole time. Damn. He got off that horse. What a game plan.
So we've talked a lot about the world above ground.
Damn, it's dark as hell in there.
We all know that really the cool stuff in Diablo happens below ground, in dungeons. You guys want to hear about dungeons? All right. Well, we've added, you know, like we have all this cool stuff above ground, but when we say return to darkness, that is a literal truth for a lot of our dungeons, and we are crafting some of the darkest, most evil spaces that you have ever explored in a Diablo game to find epic loot. And we're gonna show some of those right now. Let's take a look. Those are your people, Luis.
I love the first time I went to a dungeon in Diablo 4 and I realized I was at home was when the corners were dark. I'm like, oh, this feels so right in a Diablo game.
Damn.
Right here.
It's kind of dark, though.
If you play a class that brings the light show, here's where you see it.
Yeah, for sure. When the player's in there and you have that little pool of light around you and those dark corners, it just feels like home.
And of course, we should reassure you these are fully randomized. We're building up on our know-how from D3. It's basically DRLD 2.0. Our dungeons continue to be randomized. And not only that, but we have new features that in tomorrow's panels you'll get to check out.
And also exterior dungeons as well that are randomly generated.
So there's one thing I'm not seeing here, John.
Really? Did we leave something out?
Where do we usually go in a Diablo game?
Where do you guys want to go in Diablo? Yeah, of course we're going to hell.
Handbasket.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Diablo without going to hell, right? And we're doing it, and we're really excited about it. We don't have him here today with us, but I guarantee you in the future...
Is there a heaven? I don't try to go to hell. Is there a heaven? What about heaven? Heaven or hell?
So what good would all of this world and all of these dungeons be if we didn't have cool stuff to kill? So as a former quest designer, it really excites me to
art
big
looks
world RPG
crazy
in the world
looking.
of Diablo and finally get into the backgrounds, the backstories, and how all the pieces fit together. Like the Fallen, for example, in the demonology, how they fit in.
Yo,
they're
that's crazy
of,
looking.
Basically, that demonic hierarchy. All the other demons just crap on them. They get the crumbs of the human remains that are left, maybe some bones. They just take in all this insane cruelty, and then they just reflect it back into the world. That's why you have like fallen lunatics that are just ready to blow up, and like these wicked weapons.
Does he have chin hair?
Look like cruel, miserable creatures.
What the heck? That's crazy looking.
So let's think that.
You're kind of making me feel bad for the Fallen. I want to kill these guys and take their stuff.
Hopefully not too bad, but think about that next time you're killing Dishbosh or Rakanishu.
What? English, please.
It's not just the iconic
what is that?
Monsters of Diablo, like the Fallen. We also
we got some new stuff.
We got lots of new stuff because we're exploring parts of the world that we've never been to.
Oh.
So here's just one example, one taste. This is the Drowned. They are undead that comes from the oceans. They're linked to an ancient maritime.
Oh, it comes from
stuff like that.
The ocean. So she bloated.
We're gonna keep exploring these families that.
Or he bloated,
and how they work together as a family. So they have mechanics where they amp each other up, and they're bigger than the sum of their parts.
That's a lot of water damage.
Yeah, I love this round. Seeing them come out of the coastline, which you'll see in today's demo, is really striking.
All right, and then what good would all these monsters be if they weren't dropping awesome stuff? So
loot. Monsters are good for loot. Looting. Looty.
We're really leaning into legendaries as opening up build possibilities. We realize that with D3, we maybe emphasize sets a little bit too much.
How do you even hold that red stick with the spikes everywhere?
Forward so that we have
I'll become one.
Sets will continue to be there, but they won't dominate. Even
let me use this on you.
We'll also lean into customization.
Kind of freaking double-edged weapon.
we'll have affix that will improve your passive talent ranks.
Broken
We hope
ass
that
shield.
will further differentiate your build from my build. And then, okay, great. Well, and then also,
Person in the background.
our tools, our pipelines, and our know-how, and we're bringing even more legendaries than ever to the table.
Yeah, we're making so many legendaries, and these are just a few of them here. And actually, you're going to get to see some at the show today, which is pretty cool.
Super excited. That spike one right there is my favorite.
How are you supposed to hold that?
Exactly.
You bleed.
It looks like it'd give you tetanus.
Not funny.
All right, so there is
Ooh.
much more to come. A game of this scope takes time. This is a very early.
He just standing there
first step.
taking hits.
We're not coming out soon. Not even Blizzard soon. We're just excited to take this first early step in the journey together with you. We have a demo ready for you guys to play back there. We have 3 classes, our first 3 classes. We're gonna have 5 when we ship. We also have 3 dungeons, lots of events, including the world event that Tiffany described, and a very small sliver of Scotland, which in itself is just a small region of the world. Please give us feedback. We want to hear what you liked, what you didn't like. Again, this is just the first step in the journey. And then if you can't be here, if you're watching over the internet at home, we have streams both days. We've partnered.
Damn, they just come out of nowhere.
We partner with streamers where you can go experience the demo vicariously. And then we also have a website live with info. And we're on the hook now with you guys to update that website on a quarterly
This is
basis
old?
with a weblog.
So I don't think any of this
That's
is
how we're
like
going in the development.
still going on. So let me throw that out there.
All right, so yeah, right? That's super exciting. All right,
Man,
so,
that artwork.
We have so many things for you to see at the show.
That is some crazy
we talked a lot
artwork.
about the demo. I'm going to talk about stuff beyond the demo. It's crazy. So there is literally a 12-foot tall Lilith in the front of Hall D.
I can see her.
Yeah, I know. I can literally see her from here. It's absolutely crazy.
Right there.
Built by the incredible Steve Wang and his incredible team. We have a slightly smaller version of Lilith, crafted by our very talented sculptors, which you will also see at the show. We have brought artifacts from the world of Diablo on display at the Dark Gallery. The Dark Gallery is kind of a first time of doing something like this. We've brought a piece of Sanctuary here, filled it with artifacts. Some of them are made by our team. We've had some other people chip in, and it's really something pretty extraordinary, and we're excited for you to see it. We also have the artist Brahm here, who created the cover to Diablo 2. Yeah, is that it? Right? And did many beautiful paintings for Diablo 3.
No.
And he's also, basically, he'll be here signing prints. He painted Lilith, that'll be in the Dark Gallery. So yeah, please stop by, get a poster signed, nerd out with us about all the things that we're going to
cool.
be doing in the future, and share your stories.
All right, I gotta give one more plug to the Dark Gallery. It's like a really messed up museum. There's also a cultist sacrifice going on in there, so if you're really big on taking photos, you can go get sacrificed on an altar. So just a suggestion, if you have some free time, go into the Dark Gallery, check out some art, maybe get sacrificed.
Yeah, that guy's terrifying.
Yeah.
Send
What?
that picture to your friends and relatives, freak them out.
What? No,
Yeah, you
man,
came to
no.
BlizzCon and you got sacrificed.
None of that. They ain't taking souls, man. All of them in this crowd. Gone. After this whole thing, gone. You don't even know who they are anymore.
Tomorrow morning, there will be a live art demonstration from Diablo IV artists if you're interested in seeing how we create character assets for the game. So that's over in the Dark Moon Fair, and that's at 10 a.m. on the Epic stage. If you're interested in learning more about the systems and features, because we just touched really lightly on them this morning, if you're interested in learning about the classes, the skills, monsters and bosses, dungeons, items, check out that systems and features panel tomorrow right here on the stage at 12:15. If you're interested in learning more about the world that we're building and all the characters and where they're going and how we even got here, check out the World and
Her
Lore. Also
art
on the
design
stage
is pretty
tomorrow
cool.
afternoon at 3:15.
I think I said that already,
And
but
learn
like,
more from our World and Lore team. And
really
last
cool.
but not least, all this beautiful art. If you want to take a look at that and listen to a multidisciplinary discussion on our approach for returning to darkness in Diablo, come to the art panel with John and some artists.
That's gonna be so much fun,
Awesome
yeah.
artists. On the legendary stage tomorrow afternoon at 4:15. So these 3 latter panels will have Q&A. So we would love to hear your questions and answer them. We're actually, you can actually submit a question physically here over at the demo station. There's a little box. You can write your question on a card and drop it into that box. Or if you're watching online, you can tweet at us at #D4QA. We'll be going through those questions, picking the best ones, and answering those in our panels.
Don't be afraid to ask hard questions. I know there's a lot of speculation that like we won't. We'll take them. So give us some hard questions.
Should I get into Diablo 4? That's my question.
So
from you guys or from me to you, should I get into Diablo?
What are the
Let me know. Let me know in the clickety clackety comment section. It looks cool. I want to know how many Diablo fans are actually out there and will want me to play it. I mean, it looks like something that you can just sit, relax, stream, and like grind on a couple things. So
very passionate team.
Looks grindy.
We want you to know that, like, we have our team staffing the area, the demo area, and the dark gallery. That you'll see us wearing the blue shirts. Please stop by, talk to them, let them know what you liked, what you didn't like. Share your Diablo stories. Ask them what their favorite class is. Maybe you let them know what classes or you like and don't like. We're just super excited to just nerd out with us and finally be able to share what we've been working on with you guys. So on behalf of the entire Diablo team, once again, thank you all, and we'll see you in hell. Thank you.
Yeah. See you in hell. See you there.
Diablo 4 Unveiled.
Life.